I was recently listening to the rock climber Adam Ondra talking about his approach to the 9C route, silence. And one kind of throwaway line that he threw out there that really hit home for me was when he said, intermediate goals are more motivating. He said it in a much more offhand way, but what he said was intermediate goals are more motivating, and that means that rather than focusing on those big picture, end of the road, ultimate destination goals, the smaller bits, you've heard that saying, break things down into bite-sized chunks as an approach to getting things done. I'm sure you've heard that before. And when you break the bigger task into these smaller bite-sized chunks, those chunks are the intermediate goals. For example, I have an essay to write, it's 1,500 words. What if I break it down, I'll do 300 words today and 300 tomorrow, and I'll do that for 5 days and I'll have done the whole thing, Or in this session, I'll write 100 words and I'll just do that 15 times. Functionally that works, sure. And it is an effective way to mentally make a task seem smaller, to decrease the internal friction that we face when we come up against getting started on a goal, that especially when the task itself seems quite large. But that's not what he said. He wasn't talking about how to decrease friction. What he said, and he's someone who's achieved some truly superhuman goals, what he was referring to is that intermediate goals are more motivating. And the more that I thought about this, the more that I felt like this was true for my own life. The times when I've set myself the goal, not because I had to, not because I was using some nifty internal technique to reconfigure how big I was expecting a particular task to be. But when it was just, I had a big thing ahead of me and I just said, I'll just get this small bit done today because I wanted to, because I chose to. And that became my goal, that became my focus. And then when I reach it, I feel more excited, more enthusiasm, more enjoyment. And it's a thing that I've encountered a lot more lately as I've been encountering and working with some kind of insanely huge goals on some very big projects that I've been working on lately. And it has been a frequently reoccurring thing where I don't actually even care about the big goal. I don't actually care about that end point destination. The thing that I really get excited about is these smaller steps, of actually being motivated by reaching these smaller points of, and I'll do that bit, and I'll smash it out. And that's exciting, and that's the bit that makes me want to do more. And so I'm kind of reevaluating my whole approach to this stuff, where instead of trying to take some big task and break it down into smaller chunks in order to achieve the big goal, well, it's not that. It's, if there is a big goal, throw it in the bin and pick small parts of it and just do those and do that, and don't even think about how that integrates into a larger piece. Just focus on it. Picking a bunch of random small little bits, trying to do each of those as well as you can, and letting that be the whole work. And lately, for me, this has been a very effective approach. And I'm sharing this in case there's some relevance or some transference that you can apply in your own life. Perhaps there's some goal that you're working on or towards, or perhaps there's a goal that you haven't been working on or towards because it seemed so big and lofty. Maybe this helps break it down. Maybe this helps make it smaller. And if so, I'm thrilled. And I sincerely hope it does. All right. Thanks for your time. It brings us to the end of another video. If you've made it this far, you should definitely hit like and then subscribe, because I make a new video every single day. And you're going to want to see what I talk about in my next video